And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go! The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set, ready, fire, read. Check, 45 at the mark. Drop deep, drop deep.
Throwing on first down. Thorne. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Nifty running by Barkley there on first down. He scoots forward for 7 yards, sets him up nicely, 2nd and 3. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Back to throw. Thorne. Throw left side, complete to Moss. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
2nd and 4. Finds his tight end Ingram. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Right there, 56. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here we go. Three down. Go. Hey, ball.
Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Don't get nervous. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
On third down, Trubisky. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
They run from the pistol here with Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Freeman a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 15. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking to throw. Thorne. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Saquon Barkley running right. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Game situation. Let's go.
Back to throw. Thorne. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Incomplete.
So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas.
A 28-yard attempt.
Rosas' kick is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Rosas now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now he'll escape to his right. He'll try and run it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Motion, motion. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, alert.
Now it's Trubisky. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now Trubisky on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
I got motion. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he hauls drills it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Darius Slayton with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. Let's see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards and a Giant first down. This quarterback now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. The toss out to Barkley. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Operating from the gun, Thorne. And able to find Dorsett. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Thorne. And he's caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Thorne looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On first down, Trubisky. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Will Harris there to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. Hey. Alert. 4 down. 24 is the mic. 24 is the mic.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And this one's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Taken in at the 11. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This quarterback now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Looking to throw. Thorne. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown.
Good job.
Philip Dorsett, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
24, lock in, lock in. 24 is the mic.
I got him.
Here's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
We got 4. Blue. 24 is the mic. Blue there.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. That's caught by Howard. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Trubisky to throw again. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, ball. Yes, Mike. Yeah. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Check, watch it before,
Alert. General West.
Turn up. Kill.
Now it's Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Well, you got a team that sits 28th in the league in rushing, so I guess you're going to see some plays like that.
Yeah, you're definitely going to do that, but just not like you can just abandon the run. You got to keep taking your shots, don't you? But at this point of the season, they haven't been very successful.
Ricky.
18.
Now on 2nd and 13. Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Right here. 24 is the mark. I know he ain't got it. Look low.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. Now it's Trubisky. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Robert Woods, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 45-yard line.
That's good for the Giants. First down.
This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go, D.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Thorne. Man open. It's Moss complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Thorne to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Trubisky to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Freeman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Alert! 58, Mike. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike.
Hey, ball.
58's the money.
He'll look to throw. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. This is Freeman. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Check it backer, check it backer. Check, 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 check.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get this down only to the 18. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now it's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
Now there's the timeout, signaled for with 2 seconds to go. And the field goal unit likely trying to send this one to overtime. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Thorne. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
On first and 10, Thorne. He's got Smith here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
We got this. That's what I do.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Again, it's Barkley. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Giants, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.